A few things that I want to tell you guys that I have noticed that is weird.
The biggest cultural difference that I've noticed that nobody else speaks about. And it takes me by surprise every single time. Every single time it happens, I go, oh my God, it's like a jump scare.
Wait, I can go to the restaurant for free?
Bro, this is not Europe. Just go.
Oh, really?
It flushes automatically. No warning, no sign. Cleanse of the minge.
And you display the traffic news like the weather news? She's letting you know where the traffic is.
In America, they drive on the left-hand side with their steering wheel, but they drive on the street on the right.
You guys don't have number plates on the front of your cars. That seems ridiculous to me.
This is considered traffic, apparently.
This guy told me you're going to see so much traffic and it's going to take so long. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking 9 to 5, prime time London.
And the fuel just keeps going without touching it? Which is nuts. In the UK, you can't do that.
But here's the thing, in the UK our bin men are out here sprinting, hauling, chucking rubbish in like it's sports day. So when I moved to Vegas and saw the truck do this with one robotic arm, my jaw was on the floor.
One thing I've noticed as a Brit living in America is that Americans don't tend to swear as much as us.
Things in our American household that my British husband loves.
Trash disposal.
Garbage disposal.
Garbage disposal, sorry.
American customer service is unmatched. You need cookies, do you, baby? For a moment, I forgot I was married.
Then paying for things with your card at a restaurant or something like that, you'll give them your card, they walk away with it where you can't see, which a bit weird to begin with. You're like, whoa, where's my card gone?
So here's the plug socket. There's no on or off button. The second thing I noticed was that like the washing machines and tumble dryers are huge.
So everything's bigger in the US because I just went into a gas station and look at the size of this drink.
It's amazing because I've seen so many people will leave their front door open, like their front doors are just open. Most doors are open, and for the UK, this wouldn't be possible.
This is ice cream?
Yup.
Deep fried?
Yup.
How is that even possible?
We fry everything here.
When you go into a shop, you're given a plastic bag. You don't pay for it.
Big shop, big trolley. Am I starting to see a theme developing here?
Some of the biggest culture shocks are not always the things that look completely unfamiliar. In fact, they can be the ordinary habits Americans follow every single day without giving them a second thought. For British tourists, America can seem surprisingly familiar when they first arrive. The language is the same, many of the brands are recognizable, and even the food can feel somewhat familiar. But then they begin noticing the small details, and suddenly the questions start coming. Why are American food portions so unbelievably large? Why do gas stations often look more like small supermarkets than simple places to buy fuel? Why does tipping seem to appear almost everywhere you go? Why can you sometimes get grocery bags for free in America? Why can public restrooms usually be used without paying anything? And why do American toilets seem to flush with such incredible force? Then, there are the license plates, which British visitors may notice are often displayed only on the back of the vehicle. Traffic reports can even sound like they belong in a weather forecasts, when you are not used to hearing them presented that way. But those are only some of the everyday details that make British visitors realize how different normal life can actually be across the Atlantic. Americans drive on the right side of the road. Many kitchens have garbage disposals built directly into the sinks. Customer service can sometimes feel surprisingly warm and friendly, and even the way people communicate can stand out. To Americans, none of these things are particularly unusual. They are simply part of everyday life. But when you encounter them for the first time, they can leave you staring at the situation and wondering, why exactly do they do it this way? And that is what makes culture shock so fascinating. Sometimes the big differences are not the massive differences everyone talks about. Instead, they are the tiny everyday details you never imagined would be different at all. So today, we are taking a closer look at some of those completely normal American habits that have left British tourists confused, surprised, and sometimes even wondering, why don't we do this back in Britain? Let's get in.
Even the way eggs are stored in the US, both in grocery stores and at home, is different to the way it's done in the UK. Here, they're stored in the fridge, in the grocery store and at home, whereas in the UK, they're just in well, they're just on a shelf in the store, and then at home people usually just put them in the cupboard, sometimes in the fridge, but often just in a cupboard. And they look different as well. They are pure white versus our more brown colour. You can get the brown ones, but the more common ones are pure white. And on the topic of grocery stores, here they will pack your bags for you. Again, that was new to me, and to be honest, I'm still not used to it, and I feel a little bit bad because I'm more than capable of doing it. I'm more than happy to do it, but they do it without me even getting an opportunity, which I always tell them thank you for packing. Well, I say thank you for helping, but they didn't help, they did it all. But even things like shopping carts or trolleys, as we call them in the UK, those are different in that the wheels from the back steer, whereas in the UK, the front wheels are what steers the cart. So the first time you've ever pushed one that steers from the back wheels, when you've been used to the front, it feels really weird, like you have to lift it to turn it. Who'd have thought something like that would be different amongst all the other things you have to try and get used to when you move to a new country? Then paying for things with your card at a restaurant or something like that, you'll give them your card, they walk away with it where you can't see, which a bit weird to begin with. You're like, whoa, where's my card gone? And then they'll come back with like a receipt, and at that point you'll write down however much you want to tip, and then that's that. You walk off. So they'll, I guess maybe they'd later on go through them all and say, oh, this charge that amount on that card. I don't know. And another thing here, most houses have a garage, or a double one at least. In fact, I've not seen a single one. And people actually park their cars in them. Whereas back in the UK, most houses, well, it depends where you are. A lot don't have them, and a lot will come with a single one, but then a lot of people will convert that single one into another front room. And those who don't do it, a lot of people just use their garage to just store junk. Like, it's really not uncommon for people to have really messy garages, and actually pretty rare for those to actually park their car in there. Yes, someone's probably going to come here and contradict me and say, well, I park mine in there and I live in the UK. I'm just saying, generally speaking, most people don't.
Dude, it's so hot out right now. It's like, must be like 80.
Chomping a 15k for breakfast. Compared to England, it's sunny. It's 7 a.m. sun.
In America, they drive on the left-hand side with their steering wheel, but they drive on the street on the right. Wait, what? I'm so confused. So the steering wheel's on the left, but you drive on the right. Like, what? Wait, what?
80? That's so hot. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I forgot you're British. Yeah, no, it's like 26.
26? I should have said that. That's so nice. It's lovely.
This clip divided Americans. Some thought I was crazy for being baffled by it. But here's the thing. In the UK, our bin men are out here sprinting, hauling, chucking rubbish in like it's sports day. So when I moved to Vegas and saw the truck do this with one robotic arm, my jaw was on the floor. It's giving EastEnders versus Hollywood blockbuster.
Now, there's a thing over here in America that I am really struggling to understand.
None of that sun rain thing. Oh, there's nice flowers like sunflowers in England. They're called palm trees. Roads are huge. Lucky because I'm like a friggin' truck. I'm so jacked.
It's called a speed limit.
I don't think Americans know what it means either.
Big. They don't just do single roads. Also run a marathon and just do circles around the road.
Americans, what is the one and have a good one? Like one what? 1 day, 1 week, 1 banana, 1 life. I have no idea. You're using this every day in every situation. Like, hi, have a good one. And I'm also using that, but I have no idea, do I use it in the right way or no?
They're blocks. Block, block, block. That's her front garden. A few palms she put up. Look at that for an old boy.
Just filling up at the gas station, and what people don't say is, I love how you can just have this kind of trigger on and the fuel just keeps going without touching it, which is nuts. In the UK, you can't do that. You have to physically just stand there and hold it.
Beware the dog. Even people that I ask, do you have a dog? Nobody have a dog, but they put beware the dog sign in America. Good weather, good fitness vibe. Hi. I'm a tourist from the UK and I'm Tom. Thanks for having us, guys. Hi. Have fun. Everyone's lovely. Have a great class. Bye, Peter. Garbage. Is that garbage or rubbish? Garbage. That's garbage. Thanks, Peter. Movie colony. Channing Tatum.
How many petrol pumps is there? I've never seen all like this. I'm going to get lost in here. You're going to have to give me an air tag or something.
But here it's all hands-free. just chilling.
As a Brit who's never used an American trash chute before, I've got my trash ready to go. I have an actual bin yet. Formulated this concoction of a cardboard box, 2 pegs, and a small bin bag. I bought the wrong size.
So convenient. Absolutely love it.
I leave the door unlatched. Someone just called me filming.
I moved from Bury to Las Vegas and I have experienced my fair share of culture shock, but this might just be the biggest one yet. So every Friday is rubbish day. That's normal. Okay, cool. Put your bins on the curb. They come and collect them. Whatever. But every other Friday is bulk collection day. Now, let me show you.
So the normal bin's there. Then, ready? Let's open her up. It's like the one out of Friends. Okay, she's ready to go. Prepare to be amazed. There she goes, ready? That's the coolest thing ever.
So fun fact, this one time my husband was driving around, he found a chair on the side of the road on bulk day, so he brought it home and we sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $80. So no, you don't have to call your council, no, you don't have to go to the tip, you just, anything you don't want, you just put it on the side of the road and they just take it away every other week.
I'm just going to check under your bonnet real quick.
Excuse me?
The bonnet? Under the bonnet of your car?
That's the hood.
No, this is the bonnet.
Oh my god, they really do mean it when they say everything's bigger in Texas, or just everything's bigger in the US, because I just went into a gas station and look at the size of this drink. I have big hands for reference. It is huge. This was with tax $2.15. That works out at £159. Crazy. This is like, let me just get a can of drink that I just bought for reference. This is a Celsius and this is 300 milliliters. Width. That's crazy. That's got to be like litre and a half, yeah. And it's so cheap. It's actually so cheap. We also went to a really fancy restaurant, like a seafood restaurant, really bougie, and we was like, oh, we've been used to like refills, so we was like, oh, you know, that's it, we're not going to get a refill, we'll just get like some water and a Coke. And it was still a refill at a fancy restaurant. See, like, we have refills at like Toby Carvery and that, but if you go to like, I don't know, a more prestigious restaurant, it's not. Everything's bigger in Texas, everything's bigger in the US. And oh my god, I saw a Red Bull, 550 milliliters. Crazy!
You know when Rachel tries to shove the pizza boxes down and then she gets told off?
What are you doing?
We're about to hoover.
You're about to what?
We're about to hoover the apartment.
That's a vacuum.
No, it's not. This is a hoover.
You can literally put whatever you want on the curb and they will come and take it away for free. These are in good condition. Shall I take them?
It is amazing because I've seen so many people leave their front door open, like their front doors are just open. Most doors are open, and for the UK, this wouldn't be possible. Like, to leave your front door open, you're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get robbed. Your house is gonna get robbed. Here, people just leave it open. They leave their front doors open. They're sitting on their deck. They're sitting on their patio. They're just literally living life. In the UK, people are not living. People are working so hard to the bone, working, just work, and not enjoying life. Like, what is going on? Why aren't you enjoying life in the UK? I don't understand it. You pay so much taxes, you work, but you don't get to enjoy it. That's not living. That's actually killing yourself, mate.
Things in our American household that my British husband loves.
Do you need anything else out your boot?
What?
Do you need anything else out of your boot?
You mean the trunk?
No, this is a boot.
Just a few things that I want to tell you guys that I have noticed that is weird. When you go to the toilet, number one, it flushes automatically. No warning, no sign. Cleanse of the minge. I was shocked when this happened. We don't have this type of technology. Who's in charge of the toilets over here? Stephen Hawkins, it seems. Smart, clever. This also baffles my mind, right? On the motorway, there's a specific special lane just for cars with 2 or more people in. Like, why is there not all lanes for just however many people you want in the car? No, there's a specific lane that you can go on, drive in, just for 2 people and above. So you can't go in that lane if there's just one person. No, God forbid. God forbid. Who knows what would happen? if you'd go in that lane, just one person. When you're filling up your petrol, there's 4 different types of the same petrol. You may think, Chloe, what do you mean there's 4 types? Isn't it just petrol and diesel? No, there's diesel regular, diesel plus, and diesel V-Power. Blew my head. You can turn right on a red light. That's not normal. Is it safe? I don't know. I haven't got a license over here. But even if it's on a zebra crossing, guys, you can turn right on a red light. Like, that is so illegal in the UK. If it's red, it's red. If it's green, it's green. Go, stop. In the US, why is it so complicated? And people might already know this, but I didn't. When you go for a meal, you ask for the card machine. The waitress says, card machine? No. So that's not the normal way of paying for things over there. You literally eat your meal. They give you a piece of paper to sign. You put your card on the piece of paper, the receipt. They take it back, do something with your card, and then bring it back to you. I lost my card weeks ago. I only have Apple Pay. That's been a problem. I'll keep you guys updated on the rest of the weird things that I find out about this country. But yeah, love you, America.
Next up is sprinklers, but not just any old sprinklers. These guys pop in and out of the ground. They retract, you know, so...
They're on a timer.
I'm on a timer. They come on twice a day. You know,
so good.
Next is a generator for when the power goes out. I don't know what scenario you're in where the power's going out that you need a generator, but, you know, they're pretty common here.
Do you know what the biggest cultural difference that I have noticed since I've started living in America? And this isn't like American people don't understand sarcasm or they're too overbearing in restaurants, although, yeah, I'm still doing fine. You asked me 20 seconds ago, I haven't had another bite of food. I'm getting off topic. The biggest cultural difference that I've noticed that nobody else speaks about. And it takes me by surprise every single time. Every single time it happens, I go, oh my God, it's like a jump scare. Laughing out loud in the cinema. Whenever I go to the cinema, the Americans will literally be sat there lolling. Like laughing loudly out loud. Takes me by surprise every single time. And it's not even something I noticed that British people didn't do until I heard the American people doing it. I think the first film that I noticed it was like Book Club 2 with like the older female actresses, and it's like a fine film, but it's not like the funniest film I've ever seen. Didn't matter. People were like lolling, laughing out loud, and I was like, oh, like, you guys love this. But no, it wasn't that film. It's every single film I've seen since that is like lolling, literally lolling. And I don't know why it is. Like, British people aren't like not laughing in the cinema. I just don't think that we're laughing so overtly. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like it's more of like a... I don't know. Like I said, it's not something I noticed we didn't do until I noticed people doing it here. Not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, just something I noticed that takes me by surprise every single time.
Front garden? No, tennis court. Look at that. Oh, postman comes in there, he'll get walloped with an 8. Small cars in America are huge. That's the front of the car. Massive. There's the owner. So I'm not going to steal it. Nan just got in that. She just bopped out. I thought my Mini Cooper Sport was snazzy. Are there any celebrities around here?
Well, Frank Sinatra's his old houses.
Frank Sinatra's up there?
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Mailboxes. We don't. We have letterboxes. They have mailboxes. So the postman doesn't need to go in and get barked at by a dog. He simply puts it in here. I do not get the roads. Everywhere there's stops. They don't do zebra crossings. Like, I don't know if we're allowed to cross them, and then everyone just stops. And it's like a staring game. Oh, Peter's just going for it. Shall I just cross? Thanks, Peter. Watch this, ready? There's a car coming. I'm going to just peer onto the road. Here's Peter. He will stop regardless. And she'll just look. There's clearly no cars. Everybody drives Teslas.
This was my favourite. The keypad, you press, and then it closes. You can even get a little beeper thing that you push in the car and it does it automatically.
Efficiency, baby.
Yeah. Let's go. No manual labour lifting it up. Is for a flag. That is insane.
And all the houses have them.
Oh yeah. This is not. Yeah, your dad didn't put this in. This is already here. I mean, if you were in England, you get arrested for doing that. Finally, is this big bad boy combo: washer, dryer. Look at these two. I mean, these look like they should be cleaning hotel sheets. That you can lose.
I feel like you're trying to sell it to me.
Come on down to Tags Electrical. No, you could lose a child in there. All right.
You could fit in there easily.
This guy. I mean, I don't know what you're drying. Apart from, an elephant's bedsheet.
There's a generator when your power goes out once every 5 years.
Trash disposal. So
Garbage disposal, sorry.
You can have your dishes running. You've got some food wastage and you'll just Listen to that.
There you go.
There you go.
Nothing better.
God knows where that goes.
One thing I've noticed as a Brit living in America is that Americans don't tend to swear as much as us. Obviously, I can only speak for the area that we live. We live in Kansas, and it's a really nice place to raise a family. And don't get me wrong, I'm completely here for it. I hated walking the streets in England and hearing people swear left, right and centre. My children would pick it up and it was just not nice. And I get that it's embedded in our culture, it's embedded in our language, and it's used as terms of endearment and jokes and banter, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that children are hearing it really young. Now, here in America, we can walk the streets and you don't hear anyone swear. I've heard adults swear in conversations, but they are very careful to make sure they're not doing it in front of the children, which is really considerate, something that doesn't happen back in England, but it's just nice. Now, what they do over in America is they use substitute words like heck, darn it, gosh, things like that. And I'm not really fussed about my children picking that up. They're not offensive words. They're a substitute for swearing, but they're fine. And actually, my son did drop his book the other day and he went, darn it. He's turning American so quickly.
After hearing all of these reactions, it becomes pretty easy to understand why America can create such a strong culture shock for British tourists. The interesting part is that none of these differences are necessarily enormous or dramatic. They are simply ordinary details that Americans experience all the time. Huge food portions, gas stations that sell far more than fuel, free grocery bags, tipping culture, public bathrooms, friendly customer service, the way Americans drive, the way people speak, and countless other things that most Americans probably never stop to question can suddenly become impossible for a visitor to ignore. When you arrive from another country, those little details stand out immediately. And honestly, that is one of the funniest parts of traveling. You can spend weeks researching a country before your trip. You can watch countless videos, read about the culture, learn about famous landmarks, and think you already know what to expect. But nothing quite prepares you for the moment you are standing inside an American supermarket and suddenly realize, wait a second, you get these bags for free? Or when you are sitting in a restaurant and wondering why you are being asked to leave a tip for something that feels completely normal to you. Then you walk into a public restroom and have another little realization. Hold on, I actually don't have to pay to use this. These tiny moments are where genuine culture shock really begins. Something that feels completely ordinary in one country can look surprisingly strange, confusing, or even bizarre somewhere else. But of course, the situation works in both directions. There are almost certainly plenty of British habits that would leave Americans scratching their heads and asking exactly the same question. That is what makes comparing Britain and America so entertaining. Neither country is automatically right or wrong. People on both sides have simply grown up with different routines, expectations, and ways of doing everyday things. And sometimes, after spending enough time experiencing another culture, you may even catch yourself changing your mind. You might start thinking, actually, these huge food portions are not such a bad idea. Maybe that extremely friendly customer service is something you would genuinely like to have back home. Maybe getting free grocery bags is incredibly convenient after all. Maybe having a garbage disposal built into the kitchen sink suddenly sounds like one of the smartest inventions ever. And then again, there will always be certain things that leave you staring at them and thinking, why? That is the real beauty of culture shock. You do not have to understand every difference, and you certainly do not have to agree with all of them. You simply have to experience them, because sometimes the smallest differences can reveal more about a country and the way its people live than the biggest tourist attractions ever could. So now we want to hear from you. Which American habit or everyday difference surprised you the most? And if you are American, what is one thing British people do that completely confuses you or makes absolutely no sense from your point of view? Let us know in the comments, because maybe your answers will uncover an even bigger culture shock for a future video. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more British reactions, American culture shocks, travel experiences, and all those everyday differences that make America so fascinating. Thanks for watching, and always remember, Something that feels completely normal to you could seem absolutely crazy to someone from somewhere else. We'll see you in the next episode of Europe Reacts.